Good afternoon, everybody. All right, we're going to try to do this again. We're going to try again. Sorry about that. We went on for about 2 minutes before, but we're trying again. I think, hold on a second. Hang on. Got to get rid of somebody. So, welcome to our afternoon news roundup on Agenda Free TV 2. We haven't done an agenda. Ooh, no audio. There should be audio. Let's see. I can hear myself. I don't know why you're saying no audio. Hold on a second here. Man. Some saucy people in the chat. I decided to do a news roundup. We have not done an Agenda Free TV 2 stream since I moved. So we're going to do that right now. Talk about some of the latest stories. And we're going to be taking your comments. Taking your comments on the air. Let's do that. So let's get started. You know, I think I want to get... And thanks to all of our moderators. Really appreciate our moderators out there. Freckles, Mark Helton, Sarah 55, Sarah Joy, Daniel's Life. Thanks Positive Jack for the super hearts, by the way. Lisa Cushman and Linda Belk. Oh, we're going to be talking about Periscope. Believe me, you. We got our Twitch and Facebook moderators as well. Let me get the chat rooms open. Idaho starts moderating on Twitch. And we have our Facebook no YouTube notification. Was there a YouTube? It's AFTV2, not AFTV. So the best way to get the notifications for all the channels, for both Agenda Free TV channels, this is AFTV2, is to sign up for the Discord notifications. Ooh, is it the correct link in the description? Let me make sure I have the correct link in the description here. Is this the correct one or the old one? I have to replace, hang on, before I do anything, let me literally replace the Discord. I have to update this. I have to write myself a note. I forgot to update the new Discord notifications address in our in the Agenda Free TV 2 description. I'm writing myself a note. I'll do that after, but let me just get the correct one up there right now. Oh my gosh, where is it here? I got it. There it is. Okay. I'm fixing it in the YouTube description right now. The mods can post that's the best way to get notifications for oops, there we go. For both Agenda Free TV channels. I just fixed it in the video description. Okay. The macaw lady says, I will try Discord again, but I find it confusing. Basically, all you have to do is sign up for the notifications. But there's one of the mods, macaw lady, can give you an email you can write to for help with the Discord. I think it's aftvfansdiscord@gmail.com. But also you can ask people in the chat room; they'll tell you. But if you just want to get notifications, all you got to do is just sign up for the Discord. I just got a notification on Discord. There was just one right now, right? Okay. Danny posted the Discord link in the chat, and I think the Discord link went out for this broadcast as well. Hold on a second. Hang on. Yes, another one went out. Okay, so I want to start by talking about Sonic. I don't think I have a second logo yet. I don't believe I have a second logo yet. I don't know if I do. We haven't done this channel in a while. And I was just getting on the air and kind of getting it all set up. And I couldn't find, I don't think I made a logo. There was one logo I had before, but it wasn't the right thing. So, I might have it. Actually, I do have it. Hold on a second here. I got it. I couldn't find it before. So let me replace the logo. I was going to do it. And I just couldn't find it. I just found it. Okay, that goes, where does that go? Which folder am I going to with this? There. No. Hang on. I know what it was. I know what the problem was. I couldn't find it because I had it named improperly. We're getting this all worked out. I promise we're going to talk about some news soon. This is what happens when you haven't done a stream on the channel in over a month. This channel. Okay, let me change the logo now. Let's see if this works. There it is. What's that? Hang on. We'll put you on Google for a second. There, no, that's not the one. That's the old logo. That's not the one I want. That's the one. And done. I did have it. I thought I had made one, and I couldn't find it before because I had it misnamed. Okay, now we're back. Something else that's happening is I'm trying new lighting. You're the first. We have new studio lighting. A very kind and generous viewer has donated lighting that I'm trying out, and I think I'm going to keep it. It's LED lighting. Before I had fluorescent, and one great thing about it is the LED lights, they don't get hot. Since I've done this channel, I've been using fluorescent lighting. That was the standard a few years ago. And it gets so hot. And now I have these wonderful lights and they don't get hot at all. I can touch them and they're fine. They're not hot. So it's much more pleasant in the studio right now than it usually is. Also, I like the lighting better. I can notice a difference. I don't know if you can notice a difference. Maybe go back and watch an old, we'll do that right now actually. Let me do that right now. Let me show you, like I did a stream yesterday on Agenda Free TV. Same studio. Let's see how I look. I need to. See, my hair's darker. The hair is like darker. And also, I don't know if you can tell. I think it's a difference. Maybe I'm crazy. And I kind of messed with all the color stuff again and kind of redid everything. Alert is wondering if it's too bright. You know, I don't know if it's too bright. It's pretty bright, but I don't know for a news broadcast if that's a bad thing. I don't think it's overly bright. Like when I look at my shirt on the screen and I look at my shirt in real life, it's not washed out. So it is bright, but I don't know. I'm going to see how I feel about it. But you really notice a difference in the hair because this is more my normal hair color, not black. A lot of people like the lighting. Some people think it's too bright, but a lot of people like the lighting. But it's just better lighting. So I'm going to do a thank you when I decide to finally keep them. I'll thank the view. I gotta figure out if the person who donated them wanted to be anonymous or not. I'd like to thank them on the air, obviously. Christopher Smith says it has a crisper look. Also, it's so... First of all, another crazy thing is these lights are on low. They go way higher than this. It's amazing. Oh, Miso Hungry. Thanks for your support, Miso Hungry. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sue Baker says, LED is the bomb. We just upgraded our lights here. So I don't know. I'll mess around with it. Also, the problem is also, there's a thing where I don't like the lights to be too dim in the studio because I find it pleasant to have more light in the studio. Nosy Rosie thinks it's too bright. Now, something else also is, for those people who are used to seeing me one way and you think I'm too bright, give it a couple broadcasts because you might get used to it. It's very easy to get used to one way of seeing thing, and then when you suddenly get a change, you're like, oh, that's so different. But I don't know. I'm gonna stick with this level of brightness right now, and we'll go from there. Louise thinks the colors look better. You thinks it looks much better. Yeah, and I'm just looking at the colors and everything. Also, I think, the green screen's not going to be perfect. It ain't going to be perfect. But there's nothing crazy going on in the green screen. Maybe the green screen's a little better. Okay. Anyways, let's get on to some new stuff. People whining. STP. Will there be any news? Tara says, bye. I was here for news. She's all mad. She's all mad. We can't talk at all. Trying to catch you up on the channel, and Tara's too mad because we haven't covered any news yet. So she's leaving. She's gone. Tara's out. Oh, thank you, Ghosty Lee, for the super hearts as well. Thank you. Just Shukiterin. We are on Agenda Free TV 2 on YouTube. This is very important. Somebody just said, why aren't you live on YouTube? It's Agenda Free TV 2 on YouTube. There are 2 YouTube channels. There's Agenda Free TV, and if you go to channels, Agenda Free TV 2. We're on Agenda Free TV 2. It's a different channel. We do some different stuff on Agenda Free TV 2. On Facebook, on Periscope, on Twitch, it's 1 channel. On YouTube, it's 2 channels. So if you watch us on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to Agenda Free TV 2. It's a different channel. Thank you, Lynn, for sending that. I got to go to the P.O. box soon. All right. Hey, first I want to talk about this. I just heard about this right before we were going on the air. I'm going to talk about this first. Because right before we were going on the air, I just heard about this. It is Twitter is shutting down Periscope. I apologize for the bad news to people watching on Periscope. Hold on a second here. Hang on. Thanks, Linda Bell, for the super hearts. The Periscope viewers, Lily Munster is sad. Kimberly Hopeful is sad. Yeah, it is sad. So I don't even know what the deal with this is. I don't know, are they like... Hold on a second. Hang on a second here. Are they... I mean... People do watch live stuff on Periscope. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on with it. I just heard this right before we came on the air. This is from The Verge. Twitter has announced it'll be shutting down Periscope as a service, with the company set to discontinue the apps by March 2021. Twitter will continue to offer live video streaming through its integrated Twitter Live feature. What is Twitter Live? What is Twitter Live? Should I be going on Twitter Live? How to create a live video on Twitter. But I mean, is this like... This is different though. Because like, this looks like... Can I share a live broadcast? I'm confused. See, what I'm confused about is... This makes it look like you have to like go on your phone or something and go straight to Twitter and you can't go anywhere else. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to broadcast on Twitter when this happens, because we use Periscope to go to Twitter. It's not obvious to me how you do that. I don't know. So but Periscope is ending. Apocalypse says, I've watched you on Twitter Live. Lily Munster says Twitter Live goes live on March 31st. Well, no, I think you can go. You can do it now. But anyways, my here Twitter Live. What's this? Born March 21st. I don't know. Anyways, so I'll have to look into this. I'm just hearing this now, but Periscope is one of the platforms we go out to, and we go to Twitter through Periscope. So we might not be able to use either of those. We won't be able to use Periscope anymore. While Periscope won't be fully shut down until March, the company is already blocking any new account signups, starting in the latest update to the apps. So you can't sign up for Periscope now. Twitter would blah, 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 blah. I'm confused. Variety. Most of the core capabilities of Periscope are already integrated into Twitter. Media Studio. Ooh, what's Twitter Media Studio? Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Twitter Media Studio. Media Studio. An easy-to-use platform, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I can do it. Wow, I didn't know about this. I can do this. Launch professionally live broadcasts, blah, 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 Media Studio. This is what I'm looking for. Ha, where is Media Studio? Where is it? Where do I go? Where do I go for producer? Oh, it says, is there a producer tab? Navigate to the producer tab. Do I have a producer tab? I don't see one. I'll have to look into this. Maybe Dog says, is it even monetized? So what I'll have to do, I know you might say this is not news, but this is actually news because it's talking about this story and trying to figure out what's going on with Periscope. Navigate to the... No, the producer is Periscope. This is old. This is old. I'll have to look into this after. Accessing Media Studio. Currently, access to Media Studio is an invite-only thing. Invite only. I have to get invited, so no. So unless Twitter invites me to Media Studio, I cannot, starting at the end of March, I won't be able to do videos on Twitter anymore. See? Invite-only basis. They ain't inviting me. Now, maybe when Periscope ends, because there's all these creators who've been using Periscope, maybe they'll do something where they open up. I wouldn't be surprised if they opened up the Media Studio to more people. So we'll have to see. Alert says send an audio-only live stream to Twitter. I just have to figure it out. I haven't even looked into it. It's very confusing. Anyways, we'll see what the 12 tree says. I originally found you on Periscope. So we'll see as we get closer to March what's going on with going to Twitter live now that they're shutting down Periscope. Too bad, though. I'm sorry, people on Periscope. Positive Jack says, especially important to us Periscope viewers. It's big news. Okay. So anyways, I'll keep an eye on this. Again, I am just finding this out now. I didn't know this before. So I found it out right before we came on the air. Okay. I'm going to talk about the storm in a second. We'll talk about the storm. Yeah, by the way, a couple of our viewers mentioned this. Germany reports more than 800 COVID deaths, by far the biggest one-day increase on record. And the hospitalizations and the positivity rate are going up still. Yeah, Germany actually announced they're going to do like a full lockdown. We'll talk about this for a second, too. Hey, thanks, Lee Garside, for the Super Hearts. It can be helpful to compare, like, you might wonder, what is that compared to, like, a U.S. number? Germany population, U.S. population is about 330 million. Germany population is, so you about to multiply by 4. So this would be like if the U.S. had 3,200 deaths, which would be a record in the U.S. If population-wise, this is like the U.S. having 3,200 deaths in a day. And that's enormous in Germany because they've been having much fewer deaths than the U.S. They've been way below the U.S. So that'd be a lot. I mean, that'd be like probably a record for the U.S. just per capita. But for them, it's way more. In the U.S., there's over about 110,000 people hospitalized. In Germany, if you want to know what this is, Germany's about a quarter of the U.S. So this is like 92,000 people being in the hospital in the U.S. Pretty close. Jeff said we almost had 3,200 deaths in the U.S. a day last week. Going South, our viewer mentioned this. We'll take some comments. I'm going to read up on this. We'll talk about this a little bit. By the way, our viewer Gail Goals thinks that Twitter will have its own streaming platform and no longer need Periscope. So just to go back to that for a second, I do think it's possible that Twitter is getting rid of Periscope, but they will have a more robust live streaming part of Twitter that they just haven't rolled out yet. That seems possible to me, as Gail said. So I just want to just address that. Gail says if they get rid of Periscope, it will hurt the small guys who bring the news to you. Oh, thanks, by the way, for the stars, Tony Rayner. Thanks for the stars, Tony Rayner. I appreciate it. Angela Zetcha says if it's too bright, you can adjust the brightness on your own screen. Interesting. Good point. All right, so let's talk about Germany for a second. Maybe Dog says Twitter will include ads, I bet. It's not the worst thing for creators if they do. Periscope, you couldn't run ads on it. So I want to look at, I'm going to check out, I want to check out some German media. So Germany just announced like a long lockdown. Let me show you something about that. This was 2 days ago. Germany to go into lockdown over Christmas, like a full one, like all non-essential shops closed. BBC, Germany is going to hard lockdown over Christmas period as the number of deaths and infections from the coronavirus reaches record levels. Again, the number of deaths in the past day from Germany per capita is even higher than the U.S. has been having lately, which Germany has been way better off than the U.S., generally speaking. Non-essential shops will close starting on Wednesday, today. Is today Wednesday or Tuesday? No, tomorrow. Non-essential shops, all non-essential shops will close, as will schools. I think essential workers' kids might be able to go to school still. Chancellor Angela Merkel blamed Christmas shopping for a considerable rise in social contacts. Okay. The new lockdown in Germany will run from the 16th of December to January 10th. That's like 3 weeks, more than 3 weeks. A maximum of five people from no more than 2 households are allowed to gather in a home, but this will be relaxed from the 24th to the 26th of December, when one household will be able to invite a maximum of 4 close family members from other households. Restaurants, bars, and leisure centers have already been closed since November, and some of the areas of the country have imposed their own lockdowns. Essential shops can stay open. And they did not want to lock down. Believe me. Germany had been seen as relatively successful in controlling the pandemic compared to European neighbors, thanks in part to testing and tracing. But there's a growing recognition among political leaders that what was dubbed lockdown light has not achieved enough. So I'm bringing this up because of this. Pantafelder says the Netherlands is worse. I was reading an article about the Netherlands last night. We'll talk about that too. Windy City Bobby, we are on Agenda Free TV 2 now. Right now. I don't know, like this news roundup thing. We'll see. I'm trying, we've tried it periodically. So I kind of wanted to do it today on Agenda Free TV 2. Maybe at some point we'll do it on Agenda Free TV 1. Kind of want to see how it feels. Let's look at some German media. Smooth Operator says UK got a special variant. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. There's like a new strain, but I haven't heard that it's any worse than the old strains. What I do is I do this. I go to German newspapers. Then you can find some newspapers here, and you just kind of click and you see Die Welt. Is there anything there about the new? I don't know if the news is posted there yet. I don't see anything about the 800 deaths there. Lovely Heaven is heading to bed. She's in the Philippines. I think maybe the news about the record number of deaths in Germany today, I think that's just coming out. I'm not seeing it in the German newspapers yet. Okay, let me know your comments at Lookner on Twitter. Some people are people having problems with Gmail? I haven't had problems with Google. I don't think I've had problems with Gmail. I just sent a message recently. Carol says No, Carol deleted her message. By the way, Multi-Stream Media sent me this. We were talking about how Twitter is getting rid of Periscope. Squad is now part of Twitter. What is this? I don't know what Squad is. I was reading this before. Virtual Hangout app Squad. I don't know that that's going to have anything to do with like making news videos. It's not clear what Twitter's intentions are for Squad yet. Thanks, Multi-Stream Media, for sending that in. Damien says, Gmail is okay here. Did B&O post any other updates? Let's see. Told you about this. That's the first update they've posted today. Dave NW says, can you catch both strains? I haven't. So very few people have gotten reinfected, but there are people who've gotten reinfected with different strains. But that makes me think like if you catch one strain and you get some kind of immunity from that it's from other strains too. Because there's been so few cases of people who've been reinfected. Cryptician says there's nothing wrong with Gmail services right now. Yeah, there was an outage, a Google and Gmail and blah, blah, blah related outage yesterday. ZDNet, Google, here's what caused our big global outage. They said it was a storage quota system. Google said the crux of the issue with the global outage that hit YouTube, Gmail, and Google Cloud platform services yesterday and on Monday was Google Cloud Infrastructure Components Incident 2013. Reduced capacity for Google Central Identity Management. I don't even know what this all means. It was like around 6:45 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. 2020 PPV likes the Roundup stream. Linda says use your super hearts now while you can. Yeah, before March. I saw an article about in the LA Times about hospital capacity. I wanted to talk about that for a second. Oh, one of our viewers had mentioned the Netherlands. So you can see here, Netherlands and Czech Republic to enforce strict Christmas lockdowns. Countries follow Germany's lead to try to stem cases. So there's a real concern that people will be hanging out during Christmas, I guess, and spreading the virus. So you're seeing these lockdowns. The Netherlands and the Czech Republic have said they will follow Germany into strict second lockdowns over the holiday period. The Dutch Prime Minister said non-essential shops and businesses, gyms, museums, cinemas, and theaters would close for 5 weeks. Bars and restaurants have been closed since mid-October, but the partial lockdown has not slowed the spread of the virus enough, said the Prime Minister. The Netherlands will close for 5 weeks. Wow. Am I blurry? I shouldn't be blurry. Are people seeing me blurry? I've heard that there's been, some viewers were telling me there's been problems with, some problems with YouTube broadcasts. Like I know when I was streaming on my other channel, there was issues with the blurriness when I was streaming from my phone. Oh, thanks, Windy City Bobby, about the super hearts. Thanks, Windy City Bobby. Not blurry, everybody's saying. Okay, all right. Why is my fan not on? I'm having problem. My AC is controlled by Nest. That's what they have here. It's like you can control it on your phone. But I turn the fan on, and it shuts off. I don't know why. Allison says, North Carolina is really bad with hospitals being overloaded, possibly more lockdowns. Governor spoke today. Yeah, Roxanne says, in my county, Riverside, ICUs are at 100% capacity. I saw this article about California. Hang on. LA County has fewer than 100 ICU beds available, and the worst is yet to come. And they talk about how there is now in Ventura County, California, 1% of ICU beds available, and 0% in Riverside County. This is all Southern California. There was a good, so you look at this, that just shows you, that right there, California hospitalizations. Look at that. Look at how much higher it is now than it's ever been in California. Then they talk about people like ambulances being late and stuff. LA County is experiencing the kind of lengthy delays in offloading patients from ambulances into hospitals that Orange County reported last week. We're aware that certain hospitals across the country, LA County, there are prolonged ambulance patient offload times that often do exceed 4 or 5 hours. The person who said that is the LA County Director of Health Services. That's not good. Then there was also something in here about people continuing to socialize and stuff. In Ventura County in Southern California, Health Officer Dr. Robert Levin voiced dismay at people persisting with parties, indoor church services, and youth sports events that are currently banned because of the extraordinary public health crisis. Sarah Joy says San Joaquin Valley is at 1.2% ICU availability. Manic Miner says, what happens then when they run out of ICU beds? Maybe send people to other places? I'm not sure. Thanks, it's that tall girl for the Super Hearts. Hebcat Gary says, what will they do when it gets worse? California Artist says, my grandson's mom contacted the virus at work. She went to the hospital yesterday because of her breathing. We live in Riverside County, California. Crispy says, didn't they run out of ICU beds in El Paso? They were flying patients pretty far away. I believe at some point they did. Things have gotten a little better in El Paso from some articles I've been reading. See, look. 8 more deaths, 188 new cases, fewest in El Paso since September. That's from KVIA, from today. Jessica McBride says they go on diversion when they run out of beds. Local hospital here did that the other day. Had no beds at all, couldn't take any patients, no ambulances until some beds opened up. I think the LA Times article talked about diverting people too. Yes. LA County, says the LA Times, is so slammed by COVID patients that for certain periods of time on Sunday, 81% of hospitals who receive patients coming from 911 calls were forced to temporarily divert some ambulance patients elsewhere. By the way, it looks like I'm guessing the Moderna vaccine is going to be Moderna. I say Moderna. It's probably Moderna. The Moderna vaccine, I'm guessing, will be approved in the U.S. pretty soon. Canada has announced an agreement to receive early deliveries of the Moderna vaccine. It's under review by Canada's drug regulator, and Trudeau said its approval could come as early as next week in Canada. That's from The Guardian. Brazil has registered 964 deaths, COVID deaths, over the last 24 hours. We've reported the last couple of weeks about things getting worse in Brazil. I wonder how does that number compare to some of their recent numbers in Brazil? This is Worldometer. Yeah, 964 would be, that's actually a lot for recently. We read an article about, hang on a second here. I think it was about Rio de Janeiro, and about how people just like, a lot of people just like were like going to the beach and just not at all social distancing or acting like this was an issue. 964 probably about there. All right, we're talking about some different news stories. We're taking your comments on the air. You can write to me on Twitter at Lookner. I have some other stories I want to talk about too. We didn't even mention the storm. Mama Miner says, I wonder if any other states will start doing this too. I don't know what this is. Tennessee, despite facing an unprecedented explosion of COVID cases, plans to scale back testing offered through local state-run health departments. Now, why are they doing that? That's from News Channel 5. That instead of testing, the local health departments will place a higher priority on vaccine distribution, is supposedly the plan in Tennessee. Infectious disease experts are concerned about the plan. President and CEO of President of Internal Medicine, Meharry Medical College, said, what did he say? Cutting back on testing in the face of record surges in cases is puzzling. I don't know. I don't know the specifics. Is this done because they don't have enough resources, or is it done for politics? I honestly don't know. I don't know enough about it, what's going on there in Tennessee. Kimberly says Moderna named for modified RNA. Is that true? The Moderna name is because it has RNA in it. I never knew that. Let's see. Moderna, Wikipedia. Moderna Therapeutics, RNA. See, I never knew that. Because they do have their vaccine is a messenger RNA vaccine. Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Thanks, Kimberly. G-Wagon says, is agenda-free YouTube abandoned? I do one broadcast on agenda-free TV 2, a channel that has clearly existed for months, and you conclude that agenda-free TV is abandoned? No, seize the day. We haven't talked about the new strain yet. We'll talk about it in a second. I've heard nothing to suggest the new strain is worse for people. Linda says, since there's a very limited supply of the vaccine at this time, it might be a bad plan to focus on the vaccine more than testing. I don't know if you can't just focus on both. I don't know what the monetary restrictions are there. Mark says Moderna vaccine is supposed to prevent infection. I have not heard that. I'm not saying you're wrong. Yeah, the new strain, look, new variant identified in England. But the key thing is, look, the health secretary in the UK said there was nothing to suggest it caused worse disease or that vaccines would no longer work. James Gallagher, health and science correspondent, BBC. There is a simple rule for understanding all new strain or new variants of COVID stories. Ask whether the behavior of the virus has changed. This is crucial as viruses mutate all of the time. It's just what they do, and so far we've been given the scare but not the answer. Matt Hancock said the new variant may be associated with faster spread in the southeast of England. That's not the same as saying it is definitely causing the faster spread. And Mr. Hancock did not say that this virus has evolved to spread from person to person more readily. New strains can become more common for reasons that have nothing to do with the virus itself. So we don't know that this new variant is any worse for people or even that it spreads faster. Green-eyed lady says very soon we will be able to buy COVID at home test kits at CVS and Walgreens. I saw that story today. I don't know how much they're going to cost. I saw this. The FDA has granted emergency authorization for the first at-home coronavirus test, which means a patient can buy it, swab their nose, run the test, and find out the results in as little as 20 minutes. That's from Caitlin Collins. Dart Q, please don't post misinformation. There's no evidence that coronavirus vaccines cause your face to drop. There's no evidence of that. I believe that we talked about this earlier. It's very easy to research it. You could do 15 seconds of research and find stories that say in one of the vaccine trials, a few people got facial paralysis, but it was no more people than would be expected in the general population to get facial paralysis. So that is just a false story claiming that the vaccine causes facial paralysis. Very, very easy to do 15 seconds of research and disabuse yourself of that misinformation. The Illume COVID-19 home test. New at-home test gets green light from FDA. Look at this. How does it work? Look at this picture. It should say negative on the box. It shouldn't say positive on the box. See, look at the box. There's the box from the New York Times. It shouldn't say positive because I feel like people, it'll scare people. People want to hear that it's negative. Hang on. Hang on, let me get rid of this. See, I think that should say negative. I don't know what this part is. Does it sends it to your phone? Bluetooth compatible with most phones. Let's see what this says. New York Times. The first test that can run from start to finish at home without the need for a prescription. It takes just 15-20 minutes to deliver a result. It detects bits of virus proteins called antigens. It is slightly less accurate than gold standard laboratory tests designed to look for coronavirus genetic material with a technique called PCR. But Illum's product in a clinical study was able to detect 95% of the virus infections found by PCR, regardless of whether the infected people felt sick. It also correctly identified 97% of the people who received negative laboratory test results. Pretty good. How much will it cost? The test's price tag and limited availability will likely restrict it from very frequent use. How much is it? Each kit is expected to cost about $30 or less. $30 or less. How about that? $30 or less. Huh. I should do a stream where I test myself. If it's $30, I'll do a test on the air. I'd do that. I would do that live stream. When are they going to start selling it? Where are they going to sell it? I want one. Sarah55 says it should be free. Green-eyed lady says $30 not too bad. We got to do that stream. Hudos agrees with me, thinks it's bad marketing that it says positive on the box. I guess they have their reasons. Windy City Bobby says if it's a minus sign, you couldn't see it on the packaging. Yeah, Jessica McBride says, I'd rather spend the $30 than go sit in line or stand around other sick folks in order to get tested. It's cheaper than I thought. I thought they were going to say it was like $100. If somebody finds out they're selling this, please let me know. I would do that live stream in a second. Where can I get one? Canadian Sunset says $8 for parking and a 2-hour wait versus $30. Illum test where to buy. Does anyone say when it's going to be in stores? There it is. ABC News. Allows sales in places like drugstores. Initial supplies will be limited. Oh. The kit includes a nasal swab, a chemical solution, and a testing strip. The test connects digitally to a smartphone that displays the results. Nellie says BNO News posted about Gmail. I'll look that up. I don't see it. I looked it up. Oh, is it on the other account, BNO? Gmail says a significant number of users affected by ongoing problem. Incoming emails being bounced back. Where is that at? They say it on their Twitter, Gmail. Nothing there. Google. I bet it's not on Google. Nothing there. How about Gmail status? Gmail, there it is, Gmail. What does it say? We're aware of a problem with Gmail affecting a significant subset of users. The affected users are able to access Gmail but are seeing error messages, high latency, and or other expected behavior. Maybe I haven't gotten many emails. Oh, I just got one. I just got a Gmail email 1 minute ago, so it's working for me. I'm getting my email. Hang on a second there. We will provide an update by 6. The affected users are able to access Gmail but are seeing error messages, high latency, and or other unexpected behavior. Windy City Bobby says, oh, sorry, that was something else. Windy City Bobby was talking about the test and said, not too bad, not a mouth swab. Hey, it's the Crafters booth. Connor Wells says Google has had a couple of bad days. I haven't noticed any Gmail problems. Seems to be working for me. Ooh, hold on. No, it seems to be working for me all right. I'm going to try sending one out. Deb LaCour says every email I send out bounces back to me. Let me try to send a test email. I sent a test email to my alternate address. I have not gotten a bounce back message yet. Check down detector. Problems at Gmail. Oh no. It's weird though. I mean, a bunch of people it's fine for. It's fine for me. A number of you guys are not having problems with it. Damien says, I did it as well, no issues. Government slave says my email is down. My Gmail is down. Jose says check the map. I don't know how reliable those maps are on Down Detector. I mean, that's where people are reporting problems, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's tracking. That could just mean that more people from those places actually go to Down Detector. That doesn't really mean it's only going on in these places. That could be the people who go to Down Detector. So that's going on. Somebody was shot on Melrose in Los Angeles, apparently. A shooting near the intersection of Melrose Ave and Stanley in Hollywood. I used to live near there. One person is dead and another wounded in this shooting. Shooter is still on the loose at this time. For reference, this was across the street from the Urban Outfitters store on Melrose in just steps from popular shops. That's a well-trafficked area, popular shopping area in Los Angeles. Sahira is doing verified accounts. It says Twitch is doing verified accounts only chat. Oh, where they like make you verify your email address or something? And she can't get her email. Yeah, Live Corp. We talked about Periscope at the start of the broadcast. Periscope is done at the end of March, I guess. Dave NW says, I couldn't even connect to Gmail to a few minutes ago. Yeah, Chris Sullivan, we talked about this. Go to rewind the broadcast. We talked about this a bunch at the start of the broadcast. Chris Sullivan sent me that. Mark 420 Prince also sent me the Periscope discontinuing as well. People keep sending me this link to Twitter Media Studio, but I can't use it. I can only go live by using Twitter Producer, but that's by invite to use it. So, for me to go live on Twitter, I would need to have an invite currently. We haven't even mentioned the storm. Let's talk about that for a second. I typed in snow forecast and I got my weather for some reason. Close to me. It's nice here. $72 degrees in Orlando. I wanted to mention the here we go. Gale incoming. Snowstorm. Winter storm gale. Where's the snow map? Snowfall forecast from Weather Channel. There you go. Looks like Boston might get 12 to 18 inches. See on the coast there? It kind of falls off quickly on the coast. Some places are going to get 18 to 24. National Weather Service said there will be large variation in snow totals over short distances. For example, Philadelphia Metro could have snow totals of as low as 6 to 8 inches closer to I-95, but as much as 12 to 8 inches near 20 miles west of I-95. But little to no snow in southern New Jersey. Get ready. Where are the spaghetti maps? I don't know that we need the spaghetti maps for this. We need the snow maps. Diana L says I'm in 12 to 18. Thanks Live Corp for the super hearts. I appreciate it. Madison G says New York. TV said 18 to 24, but the Weather Channel app says 1, 2, 3. When do they have the snow moving in? Tuesday night. Wednesday, some snow, New York area, Pennsylvania. Wednesday night. Thursday, snow too, up here. Wednesday night, Thursday. FFC says spaghetti models aren't used for snow because with cyclones you track the center, snow gets dumped everywhere. Well, and you know, it's like, I don't know if there's spaghetti. The line you're really interested in is like the snow to rain line. I don't know that there's a spaghetti model for that. I wonder if we go to Tropical Tidbits, what we'll see. Do they even do? I don't know that they have. If we go current storms, they only do tropical cyclones. I think not like winter storms. I mean, the storm moves in a certain direction. I don't even know that it has like a center. Might it just be like a big line of snow? Anne saw a Geminid shooting star Sunday night. I went out last night. I didn't see anything. Marie says she's in an 18 to 24 area. Her local outlet says up to 18. Tony Del Monte sent me this. Josh Morgerman posted about a cyclone, similar to a hurricane, but different part of the world, heading for Fiji. Latest satellite estimates put winds at 135 knots. Cyclone Yasa. Yasi? This says Yasa. Yasa, there it is, right here. Where is it supposed to go? This is Tropical Tidbits. There's the satellite. Wow. I don't even know where it is. There isn't much reporting on this. Cyclone forms between Vanuatu, and Fiji. RNZ. It's expected to crack into a Category 3. At this stage, there's no forecast of where the system might be making a landfall. News Hub. Fiji smack bang in firing line of Cyclone Yasa's wrath. Remnants could impact New Zealand. It is the first severe tropical cyclone of the 2021 South Pacific cyclone season. Oh, it's a Category 5. Wait, what? Yasa's been upgraded to a Category 5? 200-kilometer-hour. Well, that would be about 125 miles an hour. That wouldn't be Cat 5 in the U.S. It forecasts the storm to reach a Category 5 level as it nears Fiji. That's from the Fiji Meteorological Service. I didn't know about this. If we go to here, that's satellite from Tropical Tidbits. Let's look it up. Let's go to Wonder Maps. We'll see it on Wonder Map. It's going to be down here. There it is. I can see it. There you go. There it is. Right there. So there's Australia. There's Vanuatu. I don't even see Fiji. Where is Fiji? There's Fiji right here. There's Fiji. Fiji's right here. I didn't know. I did not know. There you go. Jazz in Britain is liking the broadcast. Thank you, Jazz in Britain. Damien Hill says it's huge and heading to me. They said remnants may hit New Zealand. New Zealand's down here. Pantafelder's watching. Connor Wells says there's warm water around those areas. Let's check. Let's go to Windy and check what the water temperature is. That's me. That's me. We need more layers. Where is sea temperature? This is going to be right near Fiji, right around here. It's above 80. You need 80 or more to sustain a hurricane or have it grow. So it's not like 86, but that certainly will help the hurricane. 83, 84. See, the U.S. now kind of need above 80. If you go here, let's see, like if the Gulf of Mexico these days, what is it there? 80. But see, as you get closer, 75, 70. This is why you can't. A storm in the Gulf, in a possible hurricane in the Gulf wouldn't do that well. See, because look, it's all 70s. A few months ago, this would all be 80s. How about out here? See, it's interesting. 67, 60, nothing above 80. That's on the East Coast. So it's cooler. When the hurricanes happen during hurricane season, these waters are above 80. Hey, thanks, by the way, to Kara Q8182. Thank you, Kara. That's very kind of you. That's very nice of you. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Yeah, I appreciate the donations. Oh, thank you, Bowser Willie, for the super hearts as well. Thank you, Bowser Willie. I appreciate it. I don't know. I don't know, like, if we did this format more. I don't know if people would donate, to be honest. I honestly don't know. I think people donate more when we're covering something specific, which makes sense, which I understand. If you're wondering why I'm talking about donations, most of you know I stream on my channels full time on different channels. So it is it's something I pay attention to. I like the chill. I mean, I like it. This is a bit more chill. We're normally covering, like on Agenda Free TV, we cover like one specific thing. Obviously, if there was some huge breaking story right now, I'd be covering that. So this is kind of different. It's a little more relaxed. Melissa McQueen says, make it a thing and we'll find out. Hey, Andrew Hurst, I'm glad you're watching. This might be a good topic to discuss on the on my personal channel. I have a channel called Lookner. That's my personal channel. Many of you know. So sometimes we talk about, on Lookner channel, we talk about stuff about the news channels. Madison likes this format. Yeah, I didn't do it on Agenda Free TV because I feel like people on Agenda Free TV didn't subscribe to Agenda Free TV for that. You know, if people subscribe to your channel for one thing, you don't want to force something else on them. Jeff says, I would like to see you do these streams more often, but it might be hard to pull off on a regular basis. Jade Angel likes the format. Ann says, I have no money to spare. That's totally cool. That's totally fine. So I send Steve new articles that relate to recent or desired AFTV topics. Thank you. NorCal likes the casual change. NorCal Nick. Oh, thank you, Tony Rayner. Tony Rayner says, have a few stars for a good format. Thank you, Tony. That's very kind of you. You know, Facebook, I'm having some issues with Facebook. Just some technical stuff I don't want to get into right this moment. But it's impossible to talk to anyone in support. There's no way to reach Facebook support. They don't have any humans you can talk to. Like, it's impossible. The chat, there's no chat. There isn't even a support email address right now that I can find. You can send them feedback, and then when you send them feedback, they say, well, we might not be able to give you a personal response, and they never do. So, like, there's, like, no way to reach them. I'm having some significant issues I need to talk to somebody about, and I no way to reach them. Like, on YouTube, you can do a support chat. No, that doesn't exist on Facebook. Oh, thank you, Geraldine Carstensen. That's very kind of you, Geraldine. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Much appreciated. Geraldine says she is watching while cooking. Ghosty Lee likes a new Roundup show. Bowser Willie says, room to grow. Maybe you have specific topic, but open it up more for more comment interaction. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to take more comments. It's, there's certain stories where I certainly don't want to sit and talk about it for an hour, and I don't think it warrants it, but it might be, worth talking about for 10 minutes. And I like to have, a little more freedom to take some more comments. Hey, thanks Lego Streams for your kind words. But yeah, it's like impossible. And a lot of people use Facebook for their business. I use it. I use it for my channels. Idaho Star is watching while doing college work. Thanks again for our mods. They're all volunteers. Mark Helton, Sarah 55. Sarah Joy. Linda Belk has been moderating our Periscope chat. Lisa Cushman was there before too. Oh, thank you. Sharon Heberling says, I wish you'd do a stream on different philosophies. Maybe one day, Sharon. Maybe one day. I have to read up and refresh my memory. I never even tried it. I probably should try it once. It's something I talked about doing. I should think about doing it. Thanks for bringing that up. Maybe we'll try it sometime, Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. I'll put it on the to consider doing list. Thanks to our Facebook and Twitch mods too. Roxanne Betke is moderating in Facebook. Thank you. Idaho Star has been moderating in our Twitch chat. Thank you. Mercy is in Massachusetts expecting snow. I also should be checking, seeing if news pops up. Oh, you know what we didn't talk? We never talked about Giannis Antetokounmpo. I want to talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo. We don't talk about sports much. Biggest contract in NBA history. $228 million. It's interesting he stayed in Milwaukee. If you don't follow basketball, like it's kind of rare that a big star will play in a small city and actually stay there. Like a lot of times they'll just go to like Miami or LA or New York or something. But he's staying in Milwaukee. And it's not like they could pay him a lot much more money. I think they have like a max contract where you can only pay somebody so much money. So it's not like he made way more by staying there. Hey Seer Joke says Raptors fans are very sad today. He is like one of the couple best players in the NBA. He's amazing. The amounts of money though. $2020 PPV says definitely worth the money. I don't know when the last time like a huge, because he's like one of the top players. Usually what happens again is like the top player, they'll like after a few years, they'll start and they have to stay with their original team and then they'll go to some like, bigger city. I don't know when the last time comparable to something like this was. Yeah, K Duke says, usually it's like LeBron and they go to some bigger city. Hey, Hugo is watching from France. Thanks, Hugo, for watching in France. Hey, I got to say a quick thank you to Kara Q8182. Thanks for your support, Kara. She says, when the California wildfires were raging last year, you were able to provide the best info that helped me to keep my family safe. That's very nice of you, Kara. I'm glad you found the coverage helpful. Fortunately, we haven't covered a big fire in a number of weeks, which is good. And thank you. Hey, that's very generous of you, N. Lee. That's very kind of you, N. Lee. Very nice of you. Very nice of you. Yeah, I mean, like, we can try. We've done this kind of format on occasion, not that often, but like, it's like a more chill format. So, I like doing it. I'd have to see, if maybe we do an experiment and do a couple of them and see how it felt. And also see if it was, obvious, you have to you can only do so many streams in a day and this kind of thing. And also see if people liked it enough to donate and if people watched, there's that too. So we could try doing it some. Yeah, I mean, 2020 PPV says it's like a Lookner stream, but with news. It's more chill because it's news-based. And there's a lot of times I'm interested in the stories, but it's just certainly not a big a deal enough to do a whole stream about. So, Heather says she's bored. It's not for everyone. We'll see. I'll, maybe we'll try it some more and see. I guess the only way is if you try. Although I don't really think it's appropriate for agenda-free TV right now. Because again, I think people subscribe to agenda-free TV for something else. So you don't want to force stuff on them. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't like the idea of people signing up for one thing and then you give them something else. PG, we talked about the Netherlands lockdown earlier. Me So Hungry says, I think it's a good idea to go through gossip stories. I mean, actually, though, but there's stories like the story about Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio getting their TikToks hacked. I didn't read about this for a couple days, but I had heard that maybe this was the Chuckling Squad. We did some streams. This hacker group called the Chuckling Squad carried out a bunch of very prominent Twitter hacks, some of which we've covered. And I heard that maybe they were involved in this. I'm not sure. Dixie D'Amelio's account was reinstated after she appeared to be hacked. She has 46.3 million followers. The hacker or hackers also may be behind the hacks of multiple social media influencers' Twitter accounts, including beauty YouTuber James Charles and Shane Dawson. Yeah, we covered this. We had a stream where we actually talked to people in the Chuckling Squad. They actually called in via Discord. We talked to them. Then her account was taken down. Now it's been reinstated. I thought Charlie was hacked too. One of the videos from Insider, the hacker posted on Sunday evening referenced the Chuckling Squad, the group of hackers that took over Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey's Twitter account in 2019. D'Amelio's might be the first account of a TikTok creator hacked by the Chuckling Squad. So was it just Dixie and not Charlie? I saw the stories. I didn't really look it up. Anyways. It's very interesting. Pop culture is much more, a much more compartmentalized and not unified than it was like 20, 30 years ago. Like Dixie D'Amelio has 46 million TikTok followers, but there's plenty of people, if she walked down the street, no one would know who she is. Like among certain groups, she's one of the biggest stars, but among many people, they would just have absolutely no idea who she is. It's like this whole other world. She has a big YouTube channel too. Mark says, I would have no idea. Dave says, never heard of her. Kaylee Binder, this is on Agenda Free TV 2 on YouTube. It's not on Agenda Free TV on YouTube. It's Agenda Free TV 2. There's 2 channels on YouTube. There's Agenda Free TV and Agenda Free TV 2. 2. We're on Agenda Free TV 2 right now. Post Malone, says Griffin. I think, it's an interesting question of, would more people know who Post Malone is than Dixie D'Amelio? I think more people who would know who Post Malone is. Melissa McQueen says, hard to keep up with everything nowadays, exhausting. There's also Twitch. There's all these people who stream on Twitch who are very popular. Pokimane and, is it XCQ, Dr. Lupo? There's all these very popular people. That's a whole other world. Why do people keep posting unknown illness stories in India? There was an unknown illness story in India last week, and it was just like, it's probably just people getting poisoned by something. So last week, I believe it turned out, or 2 weeks ago, that it was like some pesticide or something. So I'm going to assume if I hear unknown illness in India, that it's like, some kind of industrial pollution or something. It's not even new. I don't see a new one. Are you quoting an old story? I just did a search. It's all from a week ago. I didn't see that there's a new one. Healthline. Pesticides and chemicals used for cleaning may be to blame. I know the local government thought that it was a pesticide-related chemical. I posted environmental chemicals may be to blame, Healthline. Local news outlets say preliminary report found traces of heavy metals such as lead and nickel, blah, 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 blah. Health experts suspect excessive use of bleaching powder and chlorine in sanitation programs. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. My guess is it's something like that. Pesticide contamination, a possibility. You're missing the 2 on notification page, says Sue Baker. You're missing the 2? Which notification page? I'm not sure which one you're referring to. ACL, the Oxford vaccine has not been approved yet. It's still being researched. If it gets approved, but it's less effective than the other two, it'll be interesting to see what the deal is with people. Will people just take that instead, or will they wait for one of the other two? Denise says, does anyone remember the young man who had a channel similar to Agenda Free TV? That was, what was his name? Did his name have the word news in it? I can't even remember. What notification are people talking about? Seize the Day says Agenda Free TV, no 2 on it, confused me as well. I don't know which notification you're talking about. The Discord notification? The YouTube notification? Brandy Janie is lurking and listening. I don't know which notification you're talking about. Weekly TV. Me So Hungry got it. That guy's name was Weekly TV. He made a similar channel. The main photo? The main photo? Yeah, but this photo, I mean, it's not like anybody just gets the photo. Yeah, but this is not a notification. This is an over-the-shoulder thing. So this is not going to mislead people. If you're already here, you don't need to find the broadcast. So I don't know which you're talking about. Yeah, Joe sent me a message. Joe, we literally read a BBC article about 20 minutes ago about the new COVID strain in the UK, and we talked about how there's no evidence yet that it's worse for people or that it spreads faster. This is another BBC article that Joe sent. But we talked about it. We read a BBC News article about 15 minutes ago. So again, no evidence that I've seen yet that this is worse for people or that it spreads faster. Thank you, Joe. Outside Insider, yes, we talked about Twitter doing away with Periscope in March or April. We talked about that earlier. We'll talk about that on Lookner channel too. HMB sent me this. Jennifer Granholm is Biden's energy secretary nominee from Zach Coleman. Pete Buttigieg is going to be the secretary of transportation, it looks like. I believe he is the first LGBTQ cabinet member. New York Times. Buttigieg would be the first Senate confirmed. Senate confirmed, is that the difference? LGBTQ cabinet secretary? Was there one who was not Senate confirmed? Should his nomination make it through the chamber? YouTube notification does not have the picture. So you're saying in the YouTube notification, it didn't say 2. I see what you're saying. You're saying in the picture on the notification, it'd be good if this said 2, right? Because then people would know to look at 2. Now, when the notifications go out, though, there should be a link. Like when the Facebook notification, when I post on Facebook and I say coming up this broadcast, there's a link to the YouTube for this channel. ACL says, I'm surprised Andrew Yang didn't get a position. Bowser Willie says, the new strain has a similar spikes protein. Our vaxes are still good. I haven't heard that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I hadn't heard it. But here, look. Reuters, new strain. There is currently no evidence that the variant is more likely to cause severe COVID infections or that it would render vaccines less effective. Carol Strong says, yes, my notification has a link. That's how I got here. I love the complaining. Brian Bennett says, okay, so this stream is about your other networks? So I talk about my other channels for 2 minutes. And Brian's very upset that I'm not literally talking about the news every second. Amyana List says she's in Massachusetts. Or no, she says Steve is from Massachusetts. That is true. Laverne Thompson is watching. Hello, Laverne Thompson. She's in Facebook. Jeff Curry is organizing his diagnostic equipment. He's a mechanic and listening to Steve at the same time. Dean Martin says snow starting here in the morning, 3 to 5 inches. The Rejects Arizona is watching in Twitch. I'm going to have to eat something after this. My eating got all messed up today. I haven't even eaten lunch. Joe says, I got the notice from Facebook, then got confused, figured it out, and subscribed to both channels now. Yeah, again, this is the first stream we've done on this channel in like a month, since before I moved. So, we'll see. We'll see how often we do. We'll do more streams on this channel. This channel is for like new stuff we wouldn't do on regular agenda-free TV. See, I meant to show you this before. See, Moderna vaccine. The FDA is going to approve this week, they say, New York Times. FDA will most likely approve this vaccine this week. Friday. The FDA intends to authorize emergency use of the Moderna vaccine on Friday. How about that? The decision would give millions of Americans access to a second vaccine beginning as early as Monday. The U.S. has agreed to purchase 200 million doses from Moderna and 100 million from Pfizer. That would mean 150 million people could be vaccinated out of the 320 million in the U.S. They have an option, I think, to produce 300 million more doses from Moderna. Both vaccines will be provided free of charge. Because Moderna's vaccine requires less extreme cold storage than the Pfizer-BioNTech one, it will be easier to ship, store, and handle. That's good. Dr. Bloom said, Moderna is the one I would take out to rural areas and community health centers and private doctors' offices. The more vaccines approved, the better. It'd be kind of cool to get the vaccine. I mean, it'd be cool because you'd you'd likely get immunity. But also, you have to take it twice, take the 2 shots. But just to get it. Like, that must be really cool to actually just get it. Tom Blockchain Edison says 94% effectiveness is a 6% reason to continue wearing a mask with a vaccine. Philosophy wants it, but wants others to take it first. Hey, June Cruz is in the Philippines, watching at 7:23 a.m. Apocalypse says Moderna is better for more remote areas. Chef Charles is there. Chef Charles says 6 to 10 inches of snow forecasted for my area. Hello, Chef Charles. Thanks for the super hearts. William Bowser, Bobby Zitch, ACL, Lee Garside, Ghosty Girl, Justin Allen, Linda Belk, Jom, and I'm not with stupid anymore. We may talk about the elevator on not on this channel, my buildings updates. I'll talk to them about them on my other channel, Lookner. Yes, Sarah, the U.S. is getting Moderna vaccine as well. 200,000 doses by Q2. Some starting now. Yeah, Shaggy, we don't know how long the vaccines will provide immunity for. At least 3 months, it's thought. But it could be a lot more. I mean, we just have to wait and see people who've taken it, how long they get immunity for. Yes, Darren says, I posted about this, Darren, on my Twitter. Darren says, did you hear about the Canadian fashion mogul Peter Nygard being arrested for sexual offenses? He is currently being held in my city jail. Yes, Peter Nygard, a Canadian fashion mogul, was arrested for various alleged sexual offenses and racketeering. He was arrested in Canada, but by the request of the U.S., who is going to extradite him and charge him with crimes. Canadian fashion executive Peter Nygard charged with sex trafficking and racketeering offenses. This is from the, U.S. Attorney's Office. They say it's a a 9-count indictment charging Canadian fashion executive Peter Nygard, 79 years old, with racketeering, sex trafficking, and related crimes arising out of a decades-long pattern of criminal conduct involving at least dozens of victims in the U.S., Bahamas, and Canada, and other locations. They say over a 25-year period, Nygard used his company's influence, his fashion company, as well as employees, funds, and other resources to recruit and maintain adult and minor-aged female victims for his sexual gratification and the sexual gratification of his friends and business associates. He and his co-conspirators used force, fraud, and coercion to cause women and minors to have sex with Nygard and others. He frequently targeted women and minor-aged girls who came from disadvantaged economic backgrounds and or who had a history of abuse. This is from the U.S. Attorney's Office. This is all allegations from the U.S. Attorney. At times, Nygard and his associates provided illegal drugs and alcohol to girlfriends before sexual activity and threatened or berated, quote, girlfriends if they did not agree to participate. Nygard sometimes forcibly assaulted girlfriends who did not comply with Nygard's sexual demands. Okay, you can read all about this at the U.S. Attorney's Office website. Nygard used various tools to recruit women and minors for sex, including events hosted at Nygard's properties in Marina del Rey, California, and the Bahamas, including so-called pamper parties, named for the free food, drink, and spa services that Nygard made available. Some unwilling participants, including minors, were drugged to force their compliance with his sexual demands. So he got charged with a bunch of things. Peter Nygard, I think had been one of the wealthier people in Canada. There he is right there, Canadian fashion mogul Peter Nygard. He was rated as the 70th richest Canadian in 2009 with a net worth of $817 million. I'm sure people some of our Canadian viewers might have been hearing a bunch about this today. Kimberly Spar says, I wonder if he's friends with Epstein. I haven't heard about any Epstein connection. I have no idea, though. Bim says he is a vulgar bully. Apocalypse believes he's a rapist. Everybody in his hometown knows it. That's what Apocalypse says. Bowser Willie says it's about time. Yeah, if you want to see the document that I was looking at, just go to U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District of New York. They not only have this press release, you can actually read the indictment. I'm not going to go through it now, but it's like 24 pages. They have the indictment posted. Bim says he's friends with Prince Andrew. I haven't heard that. Neptune says typical Canadians. I think Neptune is joking. Yes, Johnny mentioned the new lighting setup. This is the first time I'm using the new lights. Just to let people know, if you weren't here at the start of the stream. Oh, a 6.3 earthquake. I don't think we're not going to cover this. 6.3 earthquake in 204 miles south of Davao, Philippines. That's from EMSC. So that happened. Fairly big earthquake. Let's just see here. You can go and see the how people said the shaking was. 6.3. Where's the shake map? Maps. I felt this earthquake. Yeah, this isn't like you're seeing most of the people who felt it. Maybe this isn't that populated right on the coast there. I don't know, but you're seeing these green and blue are light shaking. You're not seeing yellow and orange and red shaking. So maybe not as many people live close to it here. I'm not sure. Denise says lighting is better. Yeah, so a very generous and kind viewer donated some new lights. These are LED lights. And I am loving them for two reasons. First of all, they don't get hot. It's amazing. I'm actually kind of cold in the studio right now. That never happens. I'm always uncomfortable and hot in here, but because I was using fluorescent bulbs. These do not get hot, so those are great. But also, I'm so pleasantly surprised with the light quality. It kind of lights up everything better. I think it looks better. I know it seems kind of bright, but it's not, I don't, like my shirt color, it's not, this looks like my shirt looks. So maybe a little brighter than in person, but I don't mind the brightness. I'm going to stick with this level of brightness right now. I can always turn it down, but you're probably used to it not being so bright. So we'll give it a few days and see what people think. We can always dial down the brightness. These lights go way higher than this, but they're great. I really like them. I'm very excited about them. Jay Hitchcock says, are you going to do membership on Agenda Free TV? We haven't done it yet. I just, I don't really love the idea of kind of segregating the people who watch the channel. But the benefits you get, like, let me show you something about this. I think like if you are a member, you get like a special badge, and also like slow mode doesn't apply to you, I think, or something like that. Let's see if I can find it here. Like it's just something extra for people who are members. Custom channel badges and stuff. It's just, I'm not gonna like, I kind of like on our channel that there's nothing bad about it in the sense of if people want to support the channel, they can get like a special badge and stuff. But at the same time, I kind of like that everybody's on the same footing. C. Michelle Sparks says you can make it cheap. Castro says another group did this and it's unfair for those people on low income. Well, if I ever did it, it wouldn't take anything away from people who didn't do it. So it's weird. Sometimes we periodically get people asking about it, and then some people like the idea and some people don't like the idea. So, No, membership is not you have to pay in order to watch. That's not what it is, Louise. See, it's weird. They call it membership, and it's like, that's what it sounds like. The basic idea of YouTube membership is like it's an extra thing you offer. So like on some channels, they have if you really are a big fan of the channel, they offer a membership and you get like a special badge, and maybe they post like members only things, or they give you like, there's a members only chat or something like that. It's this kind of stuff. You're not charging anyone to watch who wasn't, who people can still watch your channel for free, but So some people ask, whenever I've brought it up, it's been a mixed response. And so unless everybody's from clamoring for it, I'm not going to do it. Jay Hitchcock says, that's cool. I understand the idea of wanting everyone to feel equally valued. Maybe we'll talk about it on Lookner channel sometime. Whenever I bring it up, though, a lot of people say they don't want it. Denise, we already talked about this. Earlier in the stream, we talked about FDA authorizes first at home over-the-counter COVID test. Thanks for sending that in. Already discussed. I'm going to have to eat soon. Wow, we're over 2 hours on this stream. Doesn't feel like that long. Thanks, Joe Knight, for your kind words. Thank you, Joe Knight. Over 2 hours on this stream. Yeah, these streams are fun. I like doing these kind of more chill news streams. We'll probably experiment with it. Honestly, if I could do this kind of stream and make a livable income, I'd be happy to do it more. Because it's kind of just chill and it's a little more interactive and it's fun and you're not relied on, to talk about one news story. So I do like doing it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that it would that the income would be enough to balance off the time kind of thing. I mean, some days we just don't have the time to do it. When there's other news stories going on, we don't have the time to do it. But I like doing it. Me So Hungry, we just talked about the earthquake 5 minutes ago. You were watching. Jennifer Tower, we already talked about the new strain earlier. Pantafelder likes the format. Yeah. Tina says, I'm going to say you should go eat before you get hangry. The problem is if I end this stream and then a big news story happens before I can eat, it's going to be a big problem because I haven't even eaten lunch yet. Gretchen says, wow, 2 hours. Yes. Oh, I missed some stars. I thanked Tony Rayner. I didn't thank Robin Cherry. Thank you, Robin Cherry, for the stars. Also, oh no, I missed Lindsay Gilmore's stars. Thank you, Lindsay. I bet she's not watching anymore. I'll have to write thank you in the comments to her. Lindsay and Tony Rayner and Robin Cherry. Shaft ZX, we already talked about Gmail. Hawaiian Flamingo says you can use this format as a filler on slow news days. Did somebody ask about the mugs? The mugs are in Zazzle. These are at Zazzle.com. And the t-shirts are on TeePublic and Amazon. I think the mods have the links to that for Agenda Free TV. Joni says, go eat. Michael would like if we did this once every 2 days. Oh, thank you, Charles Goki. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I'm going to eat right after this. I got to pick up my ties. They fixed my ties at Men's Warehouse. Kind of like to pick those up. Laverne is having her first meal of the day now. She says, gotta get a mug. The mugs are at Zazzle. That is where they are. Mugs. There's usually a Zazzle coupon you can find on the site or on the web somewhere. Zazzle. Castro says, go eat. I'm going to go eat as soon as I finish. Yeah, the shirts are on Amazon and TeePublic. Some people don't know they're on Amazon. If you go to Amazon and you search for Agenda Free TV, you get the shirt. There's also a pop socket on Amazon you can find too. Shirts. Amazon Prime, free shipping. TeePublic too. TeePublic. A lot of shirts there. No Lookner shirts yet. Shaft, I do not think there's going to be a tie pickup stream. All right. All right, I think I do need to take your advice and go eat. I think that's what I need to do. Me So Hungry says you should put the link so you get double dollars. Oh, you're saying I could post the link. I know what you're saying. I don't think it'd be double. It's a good idea, Me So Hungry. The Amazon associate link. All right, I think it might be time to eat. I really got to eat. Sarah says we're working on making a link for merch. I'm going to do a last news check here. Let's see. Hey, this could be fantasy football relevant if you play fantasy football. John Brown could be coming back at some point. Anyways. Fantasy football semifinals this week. Paul, come on. Keep that out of the chat. Hey, Killer Duck Aussie is here. All right, I think I'm going to wrap up this stream. Ooh. Sky of the Universe sent me this. After Christmas, Quebec will shut down non-essential businesses for 2 weeks. From CBC. Hey, thank you guys for joining. Oh, thank you, ShaftZX. ShaftZX, I have never seen that sticker before. What is going on with that sticker? Oh, it's sunglasses. Is that a new sticker, ShaftZX? Man. Look at that sticker. I have never seen, it almost looks like it's a malfunctioning sticker. Thank you, ShaftZX. That's very kind of you. Hey, thanks, guys, for joining our news discussion, news roundup stream. Good times. Upstate Zach has John Brown on his team. So I gotta go get some food now. That's what I need to do. But I'm glad you joined the stream. And Sue says Hawaii is surging. Not good for us. Stay safe, Sue. So I really appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you submitting comments as well. Thanks for all the comments. Neptune, thanks for watching. Yeah, Vortex Tube, as C. Swigum says, this is on Agenda Free TV 2 on YouTube. This is Agenda Free TV 2. I have 2 channels on YouTube. This is Agenda Free TV 2. Oh, thank you, Cassie Hossein, for these stars. Thank you, Cassie Hossein, for the Facebook stars. So, KKC wants her to be an Agenda Free TV Fantasy Football League. So we'll do this again. We will. Maybe a stream on tonight, depending on what the news is, and maybe on my own channel. If nothing else, maybe on my personal channel after I eat. Lookner on YouTube. The personal channel is only on YouTube. Lookner on YouTube. Lookner. That's it. That's the personal channel. All right. Hey, thanks to our moderators. Yay, mods. They're all volunteers. Mark Helton, Sarah Joy, Sarah 55. Thank you. Linda Belk was moderating in our Periscope chat as well. Thank you. We had Roxanne Becky in our Facebook chat. Oh, thanks, by the way, to Laverne Thompson for the stars. Laverne, it says 33-week streak. Laverne has sent me stars on Facebook for 33 weeks straight. That's amazing. Wow. That's very kind of you, Laverne. Thank you. It's cool that they say that, too. Thanks to our Twitch mods, too. I know Idaho Star was there moderating on Twitch. Hey, we'd love to have other mods, too. I don't know how we're doing it for this channel. No, if you're not watching on YouTube, you're just watching on Agenda Free TV. If you're watching on one of the non-YouTube channels and you want to be a moderator, well, Periscope, there's only a few more months of Periscope, so I don't know how we're doing that. But I don't know if we're going to grab new moderators or not. But you can ask the moderators for more information on being on if you want to apply to be a moderator. It's great to have more moderators, so that would be awesome. I'm going to. Oh, and don't forget about the Discord notifications. Discord is the best way to get notified for this channel, Agenda Free TV, and Lookner. You sign up, it's free, and you get notifications for all 3 channels. It's fantastic. The link is at the bottom of the YouTube video description, and also the mods can post it as well. But Discord, best way to get notifications to not miss a stream. But this is Agenda Free TV 2 on YouTube and Agenda Free TV on the other platforms. Yeah, Rolling River. This Agenda Free TV 2 on YouTube is for news events that are maybe a little more under the radar. A stream like this, it's a little more chill, where we talk about different topics. Big Agenda Free TV tends to be more single, big breaking news topics, that kind of thing. Oh, you can follow me on Twitter for news updates at Lookner on Twitter. At Lookner on Twitter. I really need to eat. I really need to eat. Let me say some thanks to people watching. Yeah, Vortex Tube. It's on Agenda Free. Here, I'll send a link. Vortex Tube says, I don't see your stream on YouTube. That's because it's on Agenda Free TV 2. Not Agenda Free TV. LV Breezy, thanks for watching. Decoy Octopus. Johnny Anonymous. Neptune. Shaggy. All of our Twitch viewers out there, thank you. Our Facebook viewers, too. Darren Thompson. Do you know Facebook has a thing called like Facebook Moderator Central or something? But I never go to it. I don't really think it does anything. Can't find it now. Is this it? No. It's like a page for moderators, but it doesn't really do anything for you as a moderator. Let's see. D1 Ruiz, thanks for watching. Christian Montoya. Yana List, thanks for watching. Darren Thompson. NorCal Nick says, thank you for the relaxing change of pace stream. Really enjoyed it. All right. Barry Weil, thanks for your kind words. Also, Cassie Hossein. Did I mention I'm hungry? Kathy Lafferty DiMaggio thought it was a horse roundup. Robin Cherry, thanks for watching. Thanks also to our Periscope viewers. Thank you. Windy City Body, Rolling River, Bowser Willie, Apocalypse, Joni, everybody else there. Yeah, Jeff, a bunch of people said that about the thumbnail. Next time I do it, I'll have Agenda Free TV 2 in the thumbnail. Thanks to all the Periscope viewers. And our YouTube viewers, Me So Hungry, Robin Neal, Molly Cakes. Oh my gosh, am I hungry. Tony Del Monte, Ryder. Sue Baker. Sue says it's tough to catch the Lookner streams. Sue, I thought you were in Hawaii. So like when we do a Lookner stream at 9, isn't it like, what time is it in Hawaii? Like noon? Yeah, it's a 5-hour difference, but it's earlier. Maybe Sue stays up at night. Denise Horton, thanks for watching. Killer Duck Aussie. GG. Frisco Williams, glad you found the other channel. Madison G, Beach Picnic Joy. Upstate Zach, KKC. Hapa Hanguk, Ryder. Brendan Brumont, Elizabeth G, Linda Payne. Gwen Ferraro. Devil in Disguise, Curtis Cardwell, thank you. Says, looks like the broadcast was a little easier on the mods. I don't know what's for dinner yet. I got to figure it out right after the broadcast. Pip Flip. Jaden Azazel. Jay Hitchcock. Don Pratt. Hey, thanks for everybody who donated too. That's really kind of you. I really appreciate the donations. Thank you. Yeah, that's what allows me to do this streaming full time. So I really appreciate it. If you want to make a donation, you can always go to agendafree.tv, but that's very kind of you guys. So thank you, including the Super Hearts and the stars as well. Bobby Zich, ACL, Lee Garside, and everybody I thanked before for the Super Hearts and the Facebook stars. I thank those folks as well. So very much appreciated. Thank you. Very kind of you. All right. Linda says, when I subbed to AFTV on YouTube, it was easy to find the other two to sub as well. All right. Thank you, Cryptician, for watching too. All right, guys, that's it for now. I'm going to go eat. and maybe I'll pick up my ties. I don't know if I'll have time to do both. But that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. We'll have more news coverage and more coverage on the Lookner channel soon. Appreciate you joining us, and thanks again to the mods. And thanks to all the lurkers. Thanks to everybody who's lurking out there. I appreciate you watching. That's it for now. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon with more live coverage.